You could sit here and watch this and think that I'm the biggest jerk off or fluke or freak or whatever you want to call me, you know. I may not look appealing to you or anybody else, but that doesn't
All right,
matter.
I'm back. Going to clear a few things up really fast, and then I'm going to tell you the serial killer story. Now, let me first say, a few of you guys are getting a little crazy with the whole thing that I said about the after hours. Those are my guys, bro. They're my boys. We don't fight. We don't argue. We friendly banter sometimes, okay? But there's no, you know, some of you are getting a little, I think, stewed about the Steve Blackman thing. He's my friend, and okay, and there's guys that Dave likes that I don't like, and there's guys that I actually get along with everybody, but there's people that he thinks are great people, and I don't think they're so great. And then there's people I think that are great people, and maybe he doesn't think so great, and that's okay, all right? And I never bash them. So if you guys getting a little like, oh my God, you guys fighting? No, we don't fight over that stuff, okay? They know I'm friends with Steve, okay? And that's not going to change. And so for the few of you guys that are like thinking like there's trouble, there's no trouble, okay? And by the way, Steve's not going to do the show, so. And I'm not going to ask him to do it. So if you guys asking me, saying, oh, that would be great. He's not going to do the show. They bashed him for 15, 16 years now. And do you think he's going to do the show? No. So, put that to rest. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you a story right now. This is a real story. The only thing I'm not sure about, I can tell you what happened to me and the situation I was in. The only thing I'm not sure about is if I got the exact person. Okay, if it's the guy I think it is. I'm almost positive because I'm going to tell you who it is. So relax, let me explain a few things first. Okay? And no, the guy who said is a Jeffrey Dahmer. No. I'm in New York, bro. Okay? And this happened in the very, very early 80s. I might be 83, but I think it was 82. I'm not sure. 82, 83. Alright, I don't remember the exact date. I just remember because I was dating a girl down there. And I dated this girl in 1983. You know, just before I met my ex-wife. Her name was Cynthia, and she lived on 57th Street. Okay? Right down, right off of Columbus Circle over there. Right, not far from there. Okay? Now listen to me. I'm not 100% sure it's this guy, but I researched. What happened was I was talking to my friends the other day, and my girlfriend and I, we were talking about like all this stuff and back in the 80s, and you know all these different things that happened to us. And my girlfriend reminded me of the story that she knew about from a long time. Remember, I've been with my girlfriend going 18 years right now, okay? And she reminded me of this story, so I told my friends this story, and then I went and I looked up this person on the internet. I'm like, you know what's funny? This guy, I know he's a serial killer. I know it. So I went and I looked on the internet and I Googled certain things and I found out, okay, that there was a serial killer. And I see the guy's face today is like I did that day. Alright? So let me get into the story. Okay. So I was dating this girl. Her name was Cynthia. Okay, she was Indian from Trinidad. You know, it was the funniest thing because she had the thickest Trinidad accent. You be at my house at 3:30? Yes, yes. Like that. That's how she spoke, you know, her English. And I used to ask her, well, how do you say this in Trinidadian? Like, how would you say like this or that? You know, she'd be like, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? And she goes, I don't know how to say those things. And I'm like, but wait a minute, you can't even fucking speak good English. You know what I mean? How the fuck? And she's like, I learned bad English. You know, her father was like 75 or 80 or some shit like that. She was Indian, okay? And her mother was young, but they were from Trinidad. So when they came here, they wanted her to learn English. So they only spoke English in the house. And she learned bad English. So they spoke bad English, so that's the English that she learned. Okay, so it's a fucking crazy. It's a true story. It's fucking crazy. Anyway. She was hot as hell, bro. Like, the way I like them. Skinny. Long hair down to her ass. My girlfriend has hair down to her ass, too, so. Okay. Corona. Anyway, so So here's the deal. So she lives on 57th Street. So I would go down there and I'd park down there, but I'd get tickets and shit, and it was bad parking down there. This is again, like 1982, 83. And she lived not far from 8th Avenue, right near where the China Club is, on 57th. So I'm like, what's funny? I'm just going to take the train. So I would take the train down, boom, 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 and I'd stay there, and then I'd have to try to get, I'd have to catch the train back, okay, back here to Westchester. I'd have to catch that train, I think the last train was like 1:55 or something like that in the morning, okay. So this is 1 o'clock. I left the house, and I'm walking up 8th Avenue, and somewhere's around maybe 51st Street or so, I see this I notice across the street, there's a car. And I remember it being a big fucking car. I'm really bad with cars, okay? And I think it was cream colored, but I think it was a Cadillac. I'm not sure. But it was a big fucking car. It's like a Guido car, you know what I mean? And, I just noticed that there was a guy in that car, and he was kind of looking at me, you know what I mean? But I'm thinking it could be undercover cop, it could be anything, down there. Because even back then, they used to sit in a cab. I think they still do. NYPD would have guys sitting in cabs and driving cabs. You think you get you see cabs driving by, and they weren't, they were cops and stuff. So I don't know. And undercovers would sit in fucking unmarked cars all the time. So I'm thinking, is this guy a cop? What the fuck? Why does he keep looking at me? Anyway, so I go in a store, a little bodega right there. It's around 51st Street. Because I'm walking now, remember, I'm walking south because I got to go, I'm telling, simmer down some of you guys that know New York, but a lot of you guys don't know New York. So, streets go south goes 50, 51st, 50, 49, 48, 47. I need to go to 42nd Street and then go up. And I'm on 8th Avenue, okay? So the cars are going south. They're going towards 42nd Street. Because I need to get to Grand Central, because that's where I'm going. Grand Central's 42nd and like 4th Avenue right there. 3rd Avenue is all the entrances you can get in, but I go to 4th Avenue. So, I go into the bodega to get a little drink, right? And I come out, and I see the cars now, which was across the street. I'm going this way, right? Okay, he's parked across the street, but now it's right here on the curb where I come out of the store, out of the bodega. And he goes to me, oh, and I said, what's up? And he said to me, where can I get some action around here? Where can I get laid or get a blowjob from? And I said, bro, there's all these girls you see, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, all these girls you see walking around out here, they're all whores, so find one and go have fun. And he goes to me, no, wait, he goes to me, and I'm looking at him, and I could see he looked nervous, and he had like a little bit of sweat dripping on his face, And he goes to me, nah, come on, hey, listen, how about you? What about you? You want to get a blowjob with me? Well, I'll pay for it. And I'm like, nah, bro, I don't need no blowjob. I was just with my girlfriend and shit. I'm going home, man. No, I'm not interested. And I start walking, and he starts driving as I'm walking. He's kind of driving with me. You understand? As I'm walking, he said, "Come on, what? All right, let me ask you another question. One more question, please." And I stopped. I said, "What do you want to ask me?" And he goes to me, "Where can I bring a girl around here that's a kind of quiet and a secluded area? Where do the whores usually go?" And at that time, they hadn't built the Port Authority fully yet. Okay, so it was around a corner, maybe like on 41st Street and back there, or like on 9th Avenue, 10th Avenue, all that shit. There's where they built on all that shit, for the buses to come in. Back there, the whores used to be abundant over there. Abundant, okay? And I said to him, that's where to go. Go there. You have to they're hanging out in the dark over there, or you pick one up over here and go get a blowjob up there. So I start walking. And he's driving along with me again, okay? And he's going to be, come on, man, we'll hop in the car. We'll go together. I'll pay. And I'm like, I don't want to blow, dude. What are you talking about, dude? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I don't even know you. Get out of here. I'm not getting in your fucking car. What are you, crazy? You know what I'm saying? And he goes, well, where are you going? I said, I'm going home, man. I'm going to hit Grand Central Station. And he goes to me, I'll give you a lift over there. I said, no, dude, I'm not getting in your fucking car. You know what I'm saying? Now, at the time, there was prostitutes all over. This is 8th Avenue, all over back in the early 80s. New York was filthy back then. But every once in a while, there'd be like male prostitutes too. They weren't as abundant as female prostitutes, but there'd be male prostitutes. But I'm oblivious to that stuff. I'm like, hey, I'm not thinking anything wrong. I'm just thinking this guy's a weirdo asking me where to get a blowjob. So I'm like, nah, dude, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Come on, just go do your thing, bro. And I just keep walking. So he drives off, goes down the street, turns off somewhere, and that's it. So now I'm walking, I'm 49th, 48th, 47th, 40, 45th. And around 44th Street, he shows up again. Comes right back up alongside me. And he goes, hey, come on. I'm thinking about, come on. I'll actually pay you any amount of money you want. And you come get a blowjob with me and I'll pay for the girl. And you can pick out whatever girl you want. And I said, dude, are you serious, bro? I mean, like, get the fuck out of here now. Now I'm thinking, what's this? What is this shit? You know what I mean? Before I was a little naive, but now I'm thinking, dude, I don't know if you think I'm a fucking male escort or not. I said, but I'm not. I'm not a fucking prostitute. I'm not out prostituting. Get the fuck out of here and don't come back. So he just pulls off, leaves, goes up. I see him going around a block, right? I come over to, next block's 43rd Street. I see him parked on the corner of 43rd and 8th. And it's almost like he's still looking at me. And I'm just thinking, this fucking guy, bro, So now I get to 42nd, and now I just got to walk up. And you got to go, 7th Avenue, every in America's right there, you know what I'm saying? It splits. And then you got to go to 6th Avenue, 5th Avenue, 4th Avenue, and right there, 42nd Street, right there is Grand Central Station. So I get up and I'm walking, it's all fucking, everything's crazy and, on 42nd Street, you know what I'm saying? So I'm walking up and it's all lit up and fucking everything's going on. This is the 80s. Still like that now, okay? Now it's more Disney World. Back then it was fucking, scum of the earth world. Drug dealers everywhere, whores, prostitutes, bums, fucking drug addicts, you name it, they're there. So now I'm trying to get to the fucking Grand Central because I'm like, holy shit, I gotta catch this train. You know what I mean? It's like 1:30. I got in the morning, I gotta, otherwise, if I miss that fucking train, I gotta wait till like 5 in the morning now. So I'm stuck in the city. So now, once I get up around where it's like in between 6th and 5th Avenue, it's kind of quiet now. It's a little bit darker because all of the lights, start with the Avenue Americas and, 7th Avenue, all that way. Okay, west. I'm headed east. And all of a sudden, I'm walking, it's dark, it's quiet. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the guy pulls up alongside me again. And now I'm fucking pissed. And he goes, please, I'll pay whatever money you want. Just come for the ride with me. We'll go to get there. And I said, dude, I know what you're fucking up to, bro. I said, I know what you're up to. I said, you think I'm some fucking guy that's maybe like fucking cruising out here? The fuck out of here. If you get out of that car, I'm warning you, I'm going to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, all right. And he just got in his car and bam, he drive off real fast. I go down to Grand Central Station. I come home. And it's just another one of my crazy days in New York City. I've had millions, believe me. Crazy, whatever. Now you gotta remember something. I was young. I was like, I might have been 22 turning 23. All right, because it was summertime. And I don't remember what month this shit, so please don't get crazy now. But I look good. I mean, I was, had hair on my head. I was super jacked. Not huge, but really built. That's when you guys see, so you saw the pictures of me as a teenager, and you see a little bit later in my 20s. That's what I look like. Full head of hair, bro. And I remember I had like fucking, tight jeans, and my waist was like, I was dieting down for, what show was that? I think it was like Eastern USA or something like that I did. It was an AAU show. I can't even remember the name. I have the trophy still. I won my class, by the way. But and that's neither here nor there. But so I was really dieted down. So I was really, really like built more than normal, and I had a black like tank top on, you know. And I guess I'm thinking back about it. I'm like, well, you know, black tank top, you know, fucking real built, muscular as hell, you know, small, tiny waist, tight jeans. The guy probably thought I was fucking. That's, you know, I'm thinking the guy probably thinks I'm an escort. You know what I'm saying? He probably thinks I'm just playing hard to get. I don't know what the fuck he thought, you know. Anyway, but I always saw his face, and I remember telling my girlfriend. I remember like he was nervous, and I remember he was fidgeting. And he had his hand on, like, you know, the buttons of the car, like this, like on the other side. When I first went in, put my head in, when he first asked me, hey, can I ask you a question like that? I remember looking in there. Otherwise, I didn't, you know, I didn't get into the car because I was, you know, into my head, like talking like that. But I could see him touching the buttons. And, you know, I could just picture, like, this guy, this serial killer. Let me tell you. I Googled, you know, what went on back then, and there was a serial killer named Richard Rogers. He was known as the last call killer, okay? Because later on in the 80s, in the later 80s, I think he would go into gay bars and he would meet guys in there, bring them out, and he would kill them. He was a nurse. Before that, he wouldn't kill the guys. He would, you know, he would meet guys cruising, going up and down, you know, the city streets, and then he, you know, he would even, when he would kill guys, he would actually cut up their body parts and bring them into fucking Pennsylvania, drop them off on the Jersey Turnpike, and he was doing all that shit. He was a nurse. Okay, he was a male nurse, and he would get guys in a club. He would, you know, throw shit in their drink, get them all fucked up, get them home, and he would actually injected one guy in the neck, he injected another guy in the back. You know, this guy lived to tell the story that he injected him in his back, and, you know, he remembers being tied down and fucking, you know, you can Google him. Richard Rogers, last call killer. Now, I remember his fucking face. And when you look at Richard Rogers, that's exactly the fucking guy. I'm telling you. The only thing is, I can't be sure 100%. The only thing is, when he was talking to me, he had glasses on. And I have seen pictures of Richard Rogers with glasses. So it could very well have, I'm almost dead positive it was him, but I can't say for sure. And, you know, I wasn't scared at all. You know, I mean, I've been in fights down there. I mean, it's been, you know, and I could, you know, back then I was young and I was a little nutty too. So I could handle myself very well. So believe me, if he would have got out of the car, you know what I mean? This guy was a serial killer, but he was a pussy. You know what I mean? He'd have to get you drugged to club you, fucking do shit like that. I mean, and in the early 80s, I don't think he was killing people. He was fucking them up. He was cruising, but I think he didn't start killing people till the late 80s, early, and in the 90s. They have him on a few murders, okay? But they think he went to Florida. He's done all this shit all over the place, but his home base was Jersey and New York. He was cruising New York City because he was a nurse in Jersey. And he had, like, he would use shit like, you know, maybe propanol or whatever and fucking knock dudes out, you know, with that shit when he get them home or in a car, you know what I mean? But I just kept thinking, it's funny because I kept thinking, even when he was talking to me, I noticed that he was really nervous, okay? And he was very persistent, and he was willing to pay me money just to give me a ride to the fucking train station, which I'm like, no. You're full of shit. Because I just picture him hitting that fucking, you get in a car, he hits that fucking all locks shit, and then now you gotta fucking try to fight him in a car, and he was a big guy, you know, he was burlier, you know, than me. I was, you know, I mean, again, I was Diesel, and I would have fucked him up, trust me, but you never know, he could have fucking stuck you with a knife. He was known to do that shit. Anyway, I'm not 100% positive it's that guy. I'm pretty, would I bet my house? And I probably would, okay, because I remember what he looks like in the fucking kind of picture. This is exactly the guy I remember talking to me. Again, the only difference is he had glasses. That's the only difference. And, you know, they were wire rim glasses. That's the only difference. But I've seen pictures of Richard Rogers with glasses, the last call killer. So, anyway, he was so persistent. You know, and I knew, like, you know, but again, after the second time he pulled up next to me, I knew it was a this guy's looking, it's a gay thing. You know what I mean? Who the fuck wants guys? You don't even know me. You want me to come in the car and go get a blowjob where we sit there like this back over there by Port Authority? You know what I mean? You're crazy. So, anyway. So that's my story. I've told it a million times, friends, my girlfriend, everything. But when my girlfriend brought it up the other day and I started thinking about it, I see his face, and I remember him sweating, and he looked really nervous. And I remember I was always thought, my God, imagine if he would have gotten in that car for what reason, but I'm just saying, imagine if some poor schmuck would have got in that car, he would have hit that all locks, and maybe went pop with a needle or whatever the fuck, or a knife. He'd be fucked, because he was cutting dudes up, bro. He was cutting people up in pieces. You can Google him. He's got a Wikipedia page. The Last Call Killer. Richard Rogers. Anyway. Again, I don't know if it's him or not. But, I would bet it was. It just, same exact face, bro. So, anyway. So there's my interrupting my own video for a second, because after doing a little bit more after doing this video, I found the pictures of him with the glasses. Dude, that's him. That's definitely fucking him. I remember him as clear as day. It's been many, many years, okay? But I have never forgotten that guy. Here's a picture that they show of him all the time. The Last Call Killer, okay, Richard Rogers. And then here's him with the glasses. That's the way I remember him. So I'm going to end this, right now, but, I just want to say one more thing. The only thing that gets, that I even think about is some poor guy. If I was a male escort, if I was like fucking some poor slob that was stupid and would have gotten a car with him because he's trying to get money and thinking about, oh yeah, we'll go get blowjobs, some whores, whatever. I just think if some poor guy got in a car, I know that this guy would have fucking either stuck a knife in you or fucking injected it, then brought you back to his house and then fucking chop you up in a little piece, because that's what he did. Google him. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, alright, so, I got more coming. I don't know. My girlfriend's got a huge following on TikTok, and I'm not telling you her fucking name, so you're not going here. She does different stuff. She hasn't put herself too much out there, but stuff that she talks about. I'm not going to get into it because you guys are fucking sickos, and you're going to want to fucking, talk with my girlfriend, and she's not going to, she doesn't want any part of bodybuilding, bro. She doesn't, you know what I mean? She good friends with Jimmy the Bulls, good friends with Lee Priest, Joe Zapata. Oh, by the way, my boy Joe Zapata, he's got a podcast, Jersey Joe. Look him up, Jersey Joe Zapata. Okay, his brother George Zapata, Zapata Brand Podcast. Don't forget, what's this bullshit here? This fucking shit. Gotta give my friend a plug. His brother just died, okay? Right here, alright? Better than anything that Joe Rogan's a bullshit. Joe Rogan, shove this in your ass and watch how different it is compared to that crap, that fucking Alpha Brain. Alpha Brain's like child's play. Google the ingredients. Don't take my word for it. Just go to the what's GameFaceSupplements.com and Google the ingredients in this shit. That's all you have to do, and compare. And what else do you want to talk about? Okay. We'll move on. I got some good stories to come. I know you guys want the mother-in-law stories. It's funny. I just was talking to my girlfriend. I'm going, which story do I tell first? Remember, it's been years since I told mother-in-law stories, and I've got a million. I got a million of them. That fucking crazy fucking Yeti, that fucking missing link. She's fucking. There's always crazy shit with that woman, always. So maybe I'll tell a story about that. But I got some good shit coming. Some other stories I can tell you. Some crazy shit. Not really bodybuilding stuff, though. You know what I mean? But I've done some bad things. I don't know if I'll tell you those stories. But, anyway. I love you guys. Sorry for rambling. That's why I'm a rambling freak. That's why Steve Blackman loved me. And I love him. All right, and that's never going to change. So, all you guys, there's no drama. There's no drama with RX. There's none. We all love each other. We're great guys. We even tell each other we love each other. Okay, so I'm not kidding you. All right? Oh, I love you guys. All right? I want you to make this new year your year. Stop fucking around. Okay? Stop pointing the finger and blaming everybody else for your own bullshit. Okay? You know, have the good sense to know when shit is, you know, when shit's, you know, the glass slipper don't fit. Have some good sense to know it's time to fucking, okay? Alright, so, I love you guys. Be good to your girl, be good to your wife, be good to your significant other. I got more shit coming. I know you say, what about the Dell video? You motherfuckers. You ball-breaking motherfuckers. One day I'm going to do the Delt video. I'm going to shock you all. I just don't know when. But for now, and I will tell you, when I do show you, your Delt's going to fucking grow. But that's neither here nor there. Look at these fucking things, man. I still got broad shoulders, bro. And I haven't even fucking trained my shoulders. I train twice, 2 times a week. That's it. Then I do non-weight training. But that's a totally different animal. Alright. I'll see you in the next video. Stop fucking around. You're already a Momo. Don't be a